Here's your host, Alex Garrett.
Ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us in New York City. Are you ready?
Welcome inside Adapting with Alex Garrett.
Oh, if the shoe fits wearing.
Let's adapt together right now. Well, welcome inside to another edition of Adapting with Alex Garrett. It's a feature of this whole podcast world I'm trying to create, and someone who's been there from the very start, who's really encouraged me, inspired me to keep creating, is Ray Negron. Ray, welcome back to the podcast. Of course, for those who don't know you, you are a Yankee advisor, and you have quite a story to tell. But Ray, firstly, how are you doing? I know you just celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday, firstly.
Thank you. It's always good to be on with you. You're one of the class acts of this business, and, you know, when you call, I drop everything because, hey, out of respect.
Well, and we love you here too, Ray. So you are a mover and shaker, and it is Giving Tuesday. Let's start there. I have seen you on social media giving back the whole time during COVID, but what today on Giving Tuesday does this mean to you to be able to give back to the community from where you started, where Mr. Steinbrenner, got you to and to from, I guess I'd say?
No, listen, if it wasn't for George Steinbrenner, I wouldn't even have a life. So, you got to keep giving back from the standpoint of, the boss used to say, when you give, you get. And, hey, I will continue to give until the day that I die, and I've just got to do the best that I can and be an example. You have to be an example. If you do and you do good and people see you, you know what? They're going to want to be as good as you. And if that's what it takes, then that's what I'm going to do.
Now, what's interesting with Mr. S is he gave, but he never really wanted people to know, which was kind of interesting about him.
Well, that's just the aspect of he knew how blessed he was. And so he wasn't answering to man. He was answering to our higher power, per se, and he knew that. It's just like he once said to me, when I said, "Boss, I want to thank you for saving my life," and he said, "I didn't save your life. With the first day I met you and I looked into your eyes, I knew that your story was already told." And I thought that was a beautiful thing.
Ray, he also told you to pay it forward, didn't he?
Yeah, well, you know how life is. So, like I said, until the day I die, I will continue to do.
Well, for those who aren't familiar or aren't up to date with what you've been doing, tell us some of the things you've been doing in the community, and tell us right up to Giving Tuesday what you've been doing to give back.
Just, hey, forget about me. I saw that Alex Rodriguez was walking the streets of Manhattan, and someone there was down and out, and he went into his pocket and brought them a turkey and brought them some food to be able to for them to have a nice Thanksgiving. And you know what? One is as much as 10,000. You understand what I'm saying?
1,000%. And A-Rod doing that. I know also Gio. You had mentioned that Gio had done something too while he's in New York.
Look, you know what? By now we expect for Gio and Glaber to do those things and be out there and do, but when you see Alex doing it, because, a lot of times with these rich guys, they don't have to do anything at all. And I like the aspect that they do. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, let me put it to you like this. In my own experience, I've seen that for every billionaire that does good things, there are 100 of them don't do nothing. You understand?
Oh, totally understand that.
And I like the aspect of the fact that this guy just, so many people talk a lot of crap about him. Like they got nothing better to do than to talk crap about Alex Rodriguez, like he did something to them. But I don't see these same people that talk crap do anything to make our world better.
Ray, let's talk about that, because you've had an inside look at people like A-Rod and others who do go to the hospitals and do go out there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Not like I'm saying, Alex. Like I'm saying, it's just that instead of wasting time writing crap and all this about guys like Alex Rodriguez who have faults, like all of us, they have faults. And instead of wasting time on that, why don't you waste the time by trying to do something good? You know what I'm saying?
Do you think?
Because all I know is every time I've asked Alex to do something good, he's done it for me.
Do you think athletes, because people look at the contract and not the person, do they get sort of a bad rap in the sense that they're known as they're seen as not giving back? But you're telling a totally different side here.
Well, listen, it is what it is. All I know is that for the 10 years he was in New York, he always helped me with little leaguers. Okay, he gave to little leaguers. I don't know how many kids he put into little league to play. Okay, kids that couldn't afford it. So, I'm forever grateful because 10 years later, that 14-year-old is now 24 years old, and he's saying, hey, man, thank you. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
No, it is, and I'm just thinking back to how O'Neill in the series Seinfeld gave back and was in the hospital with the kid, but also he probably did some stuff too. And so you've been around this team, you've been around, and for you, I want to focus on the adaptation also, because obviously you've adapted to different things, and you've adapted this play, Bat Boy, into a musical type of thing. How has being adaptable and adapting to life helped you? And how did Mr. Steinbrenner help you get to that point?
Well, he was a man of the arts. The boss liked to sing. The boss could play piano. He could play, different instruments and all that. And just that's the way he was, and that was an influence on me. You remember, the boss did TV shows, and the boss he was a producer of plays on Broadway. So again, the influence was already there. And when I got to meet him and saw that part of him, that side of him, it just influenced me more that in essence I could do movies. I could produce movies. Hey, I produced films. I've produced a play. I've been in probably 10, 12, so, like I said, that was the influence that he gave me, that I could do anything if I tried hard enough.
And now you've actually turned into a TV show with BronxNet. Tell us about that. Reach Out with Ray and Steve.
Oh, that's my baby right now. I'm loving it because, this pandemic actually helps me to get the stars to come on because they're friends. If it was the other way around, I wouldn't be able to, because you can't fly them in, you can't put them in hotels, you can't get them meal money, all that stuff. But because they're at home, all I got to do is have them Zoom in, and here are my guests.
Just like you're calling in here, which is great, and I'm very appreciative of that, Ray.
Well, it just works out. It's worked out, and I'm having a lot of fun with the show, me and Steve Vaccaro.
Now, Reach Out with Ray and Steve, that's also about reaching out into the community. What can people look forward to this December on that show?
Sports, entertainment, and community, talking about the people in show business, the people in sports, and the people in the community that are trying to make our community that much better. That's what we do, and we go out into the community to see who's out there and how can we help. And the fact that the New York Yankees do so much, and like you said, just like George Steinbrenner, they don't make announcements; they just do it. And that sometimes it works against them, because sometimes you get people say, hey, what are the Yankees doing? Well, do we have to spell it out?
I guess you do. And so you do it on Reach Out with Ray and Steve.
So on Reach Out with Ray and Steve, I like to think that we've made it better from the standpoint of the people want to see what the Yankees are doing. Okay, people want to see. And so, you know what? I like being able to report that news, which is good.
Well, and we're going to have to see how this season goes. I hope they get DJ LeMahieu back, but that's baseball talk for another day. Hey, you're probably proud of Derek Jeter, too, because he's also made history. He hired the first female general manager. What do you think about that?
I really don't care about that at all. to be honest with you. What I care about is the fact that from day one, that young man has done nothing but help the less privileged. I'm for the less privileged, people who haven't had the breaks, the chances, etc., and he has accentuated breaks and chances for young people since he's been in the big leagues. I'm proud of that. The other stuff, hey, I don't care about that.
Well, do you have a story that we could talk about?
I'm happy for Kim Eng. She's a nice person who's worked very hard, and she got her opportunity.
Well, do you want to talk about Derek in the community? Do you have a story you want to share?
Well, no, I gave it to you, because this guy had, like I said, since from day one, he has done nothing but help through his Turn 2 Foundation. He has done nothing but help, and I'm proud of him.
That's right, the Turn 2.
If you ask me what did he do, we'll be here for about 3 days.
Yeah, that's true. And that gala always brings, people to help. I was going to say the stars, but at the end of the day, Ray, they're all people, right? That's the whole point, is that they're not just baseball. They're people, too.
They're people, but you know what? Kids are people, too.
Yes.
Okay? Bottom line. Remember that song? Kids are people, too.
I've got to look that up. But and so, in essence, Ray, what you're saying and what is true is that athletes are people just helping people. That's what it is.
And hey, I don't care if you're an athlete, a movie star, an astronaut, or a windshield cleaner. Bottom line is, if you can help somebody, period.
Ray, I'm sure you've been talking about this for a while, but I want to know what's up with Bat Boy. What's going to happen?
No, hey, we'll be back. We're superheroes. We're Bat Boys.
Yes, indeed.
So we're going to be back. I mean, the world will clean up again. The world will clean up again, and we will be back, and we're going to do some wonderful things. And as a matter of fact, I just hung up with the police department, and I'm bringing in a bunch of former Yankee Bat Boys and present Yankee Bat Boys, and the police, and we're going to do a nice Christmas thing at the old Yankee Stadium field. Since you have to be in an open area,
right?
So we're gonna be there in the house that Ruth built, okay. And Thurman played, and Mantle hit his home runs, and Reggie went deep 3 times, and we're gonna be there to distribute toys and stuff for the kids at the Bronx.
And it's also a field where you were inducted into a Hall of Fame this summer. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, brother. No, I appreciate it. I think that's Hall of Fame number 4 that I'm in now. So. I want to thank everybody for acknowledging my time in the sports world, and even though I don't have a batting average in the major league.
Ray, I think your service went in and out there, but no, your services to Major League Baseball is undeniable, and the community, and I think all these Hall of Fames see it. So congratulations on that. I believe it was the Latino Hall of Fame, wasn't it?
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right. So I'm glad to hear that Bat Boy's going to be around. For those who don't know, Ray was doing all these tours, literally month after month on the stage. But I've got to ask you now that I've got you here on that stage, you said Mr. S was a man of the arts. You two have this way of gripping people in their seats to the story. I have to imagine you feel, Mr. Steinbrenner, every word you speak of that time.
Oh, no question about it. I think about the boss every single day. A day has never passed whereas I didn't think of him. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of him because selfishly I miss him. And I miss the funny guy that he was. I miss how he protected me. I miss how he looked out for me. There's a lot of me in there, and like I said, selfishly, I really miss him.
Well, I can't believe it's been 10 years plus now that he's been passed away, but his legacy lives on, and as I say, every time I'm thankful that you have me out there with you. I say that you're continuing his legacy for so many, and even the younger generation that didn't even know him.
You know how it is, and can't wait for this the whole pandemic thing to end, and we can grow back and do all the things that we love to do that we're not doing right now.
Well, Ray, I definitely miss you. I haven't seen you since September, but I miss you even so, and I'm glad you had a great birthday, and I'm going to definitely have you back as the holiday season keeps going here.
Thank you, brother. I'm always proud of you, and I'm proud that you're one of the great radio producers in town, and you have produced Joe Piscopo and so many others, and keep it going, baby.
That's it. And thank you for inspiring me to keep it going. I love your encouragement. I love having you in my life, and you've made an impact. So I love our friendship very much. Our brothership, really, right? Brotherhood.
Always. And one of the best things that George Steinbrenner ever did was to pick you up from the street and us becoming friends.
Amen to that. We will talk to you soon, Ray. I'm Alex Garrett. This Giving Tuesday, really quickly, tune in to always Ray Negron, Reach Out Ray, and tune in and just be in tune with your charity, your foundation that you are always helping, and see how you can help them today. I'm not going to tell you which way to go. I'm just going to say, if you have a charity, a foundation you love and you admire, or even a college, Giving Tuesday is that day to give back to them what they gave to you. On that note, I'm Alex Garrett, adapting as always.